Hello and welcome to Top10List.org, where you get a world of knowledge in 10 simple points. On today's episode, we're going to talk about top 10 bad qualities that children learn in school. So let's start at number 10 with arrogance. The attitude is spreading from child to child so easily because they just take in what they see from other friends in schools, and now even the younger set is affected by the big brat factor these days. Arrogant kids have somehow acquired the notion that they are better than others, and they will make sure everyone knows it. Their attitude has one goal: making sure the other guy clearly recognizes the message that I'm better than you. Number 9 is aggression. Engaging peers and siblings in verbal arguments or physical altercations by bullying others, taunting, teasing, and seeking revenge are problematic, aggressive behaviors that sometimes are apparent in children. Aggressive children display a pattern of poor impulse control, intimidation of others, and lack of empathy. 8 is abusive language. Hitting and kicking is a form of communication for some children, but some children use abusive language while speaking, which has become more common in school-going children today. He's hearing it from someone. It is true because children learn what they see and hear either from older siblings or their own parents, and it's undoubtedly true when it comes from teachers and friends. Number 7 is selfishness. Selfishness is one of the major causes of excessive anger and defiant behavior in children and teenagers. In our practice, it is the leading cause of the angry behavior in children. Selfishness in children regularly creates strenuous stress in parents and siblings, in peer relationships, and in educators. Number 6 is overconfidence. Overconfidence in children has often resulted in disasters in their educational and social life. Overconfident children seldom heed to the advice of their parents and teachers and often end up in unforeseen trouble. Children who have healthy self-confidence tend to enjoy interacting with others. They are comfortable in social settings and actively participate in group activities as well as independent pursuits. Number 5 is mug up. This is the pattern of study for Indian students. The authorities are least bothered about what the students have understood. All they want to see is how much he or she can learn and read and write, like copy-paste acting. The students simply learn by hearing everything. There is no emphasis on essentials and basics. Students are trained parrots here. Today, most of the students are just boning up on the subjects before the exams, and this can be problematic. Number 4 is bullying in schools. Bullying is widely experienced by means of harassment, verbal, physical, and also mental abuse. In most cases, bullying is said to be severe and may result to sometimes even death or death of others. Some bullied persons commit suicide if they didn't overcome their problems. Bullying can be physical, verbal, or emotional. Number 3 is malpractice. Laziness of students to study the vast syllabus leads to copy or malpractice. Seriousness is thrown to the wind by many students, and most of them have little time for their studies. They spend their time attending parties and forming gangs who engage in basically unsocial behavior. Second is large population of students in many schools. The few who do very well may be prompted or admitted into higher institutions, and students cheat therefore to excel over their classmates. Many students are desperate, thinking that passing the examination is a do-or-die affair. They want to excel by any means. Number 2 is smoking. Smoking among high school children is an issue that is affecting countries worldwide. While not every culture views youth smoking as an issue that needs to be addressed, the U.S. has taken drastic measures in an attempt to reduce and eventually eliminate use of tobacco products among teens. 90% of smokers are estimated to have begun smoking before the age of 20. Therefore, it is necessary to reduce the number of youths who start smoking before this age in order to reduce the total number of smokers. When the tobacco industry first began to target this new youth demographic, they did so in an entirely non-discrete method. For example, through the use of characters that mimic cartoons. Once they began to experience resistance from the public, they took a more subdued approach by using anti-tobacco advertisements to raise awareness. Number 1 is bunking. Bunking school starts as one-time fun activity, but it soon grows into a habit. And bunking school is cool, as most kids think. It's not a minor issue and shouldn't be nipped at right away, but should be taken care of at some point. Leaving home for extended periods of time without parental permission. Patterns of seeking comfort from non-custodial parents or other relatives when situations are tough at home, or crossing state lines or leaving homes in the middle of the night for several days at a time are all characteristics of problematic running away behavior in children. Thank you for joining us on this edition of Top 10. If you enjoyed this list for bad qualities that children have learned in school, feel free to subscribe and join us again for another edition of Top 10 List.